Are you a Canadian undergraduate student looking for an internship? This video is not clickbait. I am not a gatekeeper. Today, I'll be sharing the 12 exact steps that I took to land my internships at Scotiabank, RBC Capital Markets, Goldman Sachs, and Wealthsimple. Bonus is that cover letter and resume templates are in the description. Hey everyone, it's Wynette. Welcome to another video. Today you're in for a treat because this is my most requested video of all time, and it's how to network. How did I get my internships? And instead of creating something theoretical, something that you can apply, I created a 12-step deck showing you the 12 steps I took to land my internships that you can take as well, regardless of your degree, school, prior connections. It does not matter. These 12 steps are for anyone and everybody. I know I've seen these decks or advice from students in the US, and I find those helpful. I've used them myself. However, I wanted to give a Canadian undergraduate perspective. So if you don't know me, my name is Wynette. I'm a fourth year commerce student at McMaster. You know, McMaster isn't the most target school. I don't love to use that term, but what a lot of people refer to it as is semi-target or non-target. If you watch my video on that, you know I don't necessarily believe in that. Anyway, I've had to learn to be very scrappy with networking and finding jobs because a lot of the employers that I want to work on don't necessarily come on campus. And so these steps are for anyone, whether you go to a top tier school or, you know, one that's like semi-target or not at all. These steps work for me and they will work for you. Let's get started. Okay, I literally do not know where to place my face cam, but anyway, the most common question I get on coffee chats with other students is, how did you land a sales and trading internship after your second year with no prior connections from a non-target school? Well, the answer is networking. And perhaps that's an answer that you don't want to hear because we always hear networking, networking, networking. It's so important. What even is it? I'm here to break that down. Before I do that, I want to illustrate how much networking helped. So, in my first year, I applied to over 200 internships, and that meant I was customizing my resume, my cover letter, spending tens of hours or dozens of hours doing that. I received just one interview out of those 200 applications and one offer from an ed tech startup called Ripen based in Vancouver. And although I had such an awesome time at Ripen and I use those sales skills every single day in all my extracurriculars, that is not a process I want for any of you. So in my second year, I knew that I wanted to get into sales and trading, and I knew I did not want to go through that awful process of applying to everything and anything under the sun. So that year, I started to network. I applied to 3 internships, I received 3 interviews, and 1 offer at Scotiabank within their sales and trading division. Now, my third year, networking was very natural to me. Like, I was doing it almost like 2 to 3 coffee chats a week, came, fairly easy. And I applied to 5 internships. I received 5 interviews and 3 offers. RBC Capital Markets for global markets in Toronto, Goldman Sachs for global markets in New York, and Wealthsimple in Toronto. All companies that at some point were my dream companies to work at. Fun fact is that if you look at my second year, you'll realize that I interviewed at 3 places, got into 1, do the math, I was rejected from 2. And those companies were RBC Capital Markets and Wealthsimple. So one no is not a no forever. Just be persistent, keep going. You need 1 yes, and you never know when the next door will open. Okay, let's get into it. What the heck is networking? The dictionary definition is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. My answer to that is, what does that mean? What does that mean? Thank you, dictionary, for nothing. Here is my better definition. What is networking? Networking is making acquaintances and friends. for the purpose of either learning about one's job or trying to get a job. Simple, direct. Okay, so in my experience, there are two types of networking. Networking to learn and networking to get a job. Let's first talk about learning. So during my first year summer, I knew I wanted my second year summer internship to be in sales and trading. I had 10 plus coffee chats with McMaster alumni who worked in sales and trading. The pros of this type of networking is that you learn in depth what the role is like and if it suits you. The cons is that it very rarely leads to a referral and interview because an analyst's job is to be a good analyst. It is not their job to find great candidates. Now, in terms of getting a job type of networking, during the start of my second year, I applied for a sales and trading summer internship at Scotiabank. I had a coffee chat with a campus recruiter a week before, sorry, I said that 3 times, I want you to understand, the application deadline. The pros is that if you impress the recruiter, you may land a spot on the interview shortlist. The cons is that the relationship is often transactional. You are selling yourself, and it's their job to get great candidates through the door. They may not necessarily follow up with you and coach you and develop you to make sure that your internship is going fantastic and that you're getting all the opportunities that you need. Recruiters' job is to recruit students, and so primarily they will help you with getting that job, getting that interview, and onboarding. After that, it's really more about you and your team and the hiring manager. Now you may be wondering, but Wynette, which approach is better? And the answer is both are essential. You need to know about the job before you apply for the job. Competition is fierce. Students at other schools will know the job inside and out, usually from osmosis. I'm talking about you, Ivy and Queens. Thus, you must know the role at least decently. At the same time, if your resume lacks finance experience or marketing experience or HR experience, whatever you're trying to break into, you need to have coffee chats with campus recruiters to land a first round interview. Here is my resume when I applied for my second year sales and trading internships. I did not have prior finance experience. My LinkedIn profile did not have prior finance experience. So that's why I had to network heavily to showcase my skills, my curiosity, and that I was fit for the job, even if my resume or LinkedIn profile didn't prove so. Here's my pitch. Do you want a summer 2023 internship? Or if you're watching this in the future, 2024? Or winter or fall? Do you want an internship? Are you a Canadian undergraduate student and you want an internship? Follow my 12-step formula. These are the exact steps I took to land my second and third year internships in sales and trading and other areas. These are the steps I have shared with over 50 students over coffee chats who have recently landed and completed internships at the following. All of these places. And why don't you contribute and help me put a new logo on this slide? Step 1, figure out what summer 2023 internship you want. Capital markets recruiting, investment banking, sales and trading, equity research, institutional investing are now finished. And I only mention that because I worked in those fields. But once again, these steps will work for literally any industry, any company, but just so you finance interested people are aware. Interviews for these front office roles started in April of 2022 and finished last month in September 2022. That's usually the window. So April, September for the next year. Oh my gosh, what is my English? Okay, enterprise bank roles will drop in November 2022 and March 2023. And once again, you can literally sum in the years. So November 2024, March 2025. That's usually the window. And these enterprise bank roles are usually financial analysts, wealth management, treasury, risk and reporting, accounting, marketing, HR, events. All those enterprise roles will recruit November to March. And these middle to back office roles are the gateway to front office roles, if that is your goal. So if you're in first, second, or third year, whatever, and you want to get your foot into the bank, hopefully to break into front office, these are great stepping stones to do so. Now, if you're interested in non-banks, let's say like tech, CPGs, retailers, these companies will also recruit November to March, so be prepared. Now, how do you go about this? How do you even go about knowing what you want to pursue? The answer is very simple. You just talk to current and former interns, analysts, junior level employees who work in a role you are simply curious about. Here's a video to show you how to do that. All right, let's pretend that I am a first or second year student looking for a summer 2023 internship in wealth management. So here on my LinkedIn search bar, I'm going to search up wealth management, press enter, and then you'll see here, there are jobs, there are groups, there are companies and posts. It's all pretty disorganized. So you're actually going to hit the people tab here, and it's going to show you people that work in wealth management. Now, if you want to get very specific, you can go to all filters, filter by school, add school. I go to McMaster, so I'm adding McMaster, and then I'm also adding the DeGroote School of Business. If your school has a certain business school or engineering school or whatever within the entire institution, make sure to include that as well. And then press show results. And these are all the McMaster alumni that work in wealth management that are on LinkedIn. And if you want to get even more specific, you can narrow down a company. So let's say I only want to talk to people that work at TD Wealth Management. I can check that off and show the results. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this because you're just trying to learn from these people, so it doesn't really matter what company they work at. So just make sure you find people from your school that work in a field that you're interested in. And they also don't have to be from your school, but it's easier to land a coffee chat with someone that, went to your school because there is that common ground. Step 2, send a LinkedIn personal invite. Roll the clip. Okay, so let's pretend that I found Zachary Maz's profile when I searched up wealth management. Zachary is actually a friend of mine, and he is in his 4th year of his BCom at McMaster. He's done 2 terms at RBC Wealth Management. For the sake of an example, let's just pretend that Zachary has graduated and is now working at RBC Wealth Management full-time. So if I found his profile through my search and I want to reach out to him, you should connect and then add a personal note. In this note, you should add the following. Hi, Zachary. It is great to meet you. My name is Wynette, and I'm a 4th year commerce student at McMaster University. I saw that you also attended Mac and now work at RBC Wealth Management. It would be great to connect with a fellow alumni. Thank you, Wynette, and then you send. 99.9% of people never send a personal invite. So if you send one, it shows your intention to the receiver that you genuinely are interested in connecting with them and learning more about their role. So always send a personal invite. Template will be in the deck below. Step 3, once connected, ask for a coffee chat. Here's a snippet of what I usually say. You should 100% change up the wording so it sounds like you, so that it's the language that you usually speak in, because once again, you are representing yourself. You are not representing me. Here it goes. Hi, Zachary. I'm a 4th year honors commerce student at McMaster University. I really admire your career in wealth management. It's something I've been curious about since starting university. I'd love to connect to learn more about your education, career, tips, and advice for landing and succeeding in a wealth management role. Would you be available for a quick 20-minute coffee chat? Looking forward to hearing from you, Wynette. Step 4, once they agree, set up a time and be specific. I usually say, hi, Zachary. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. How does October 27th at 2:00 p.m. ET work for a 20-minute coffee chat? If that works, I will send a calendar invite with a Microsoft Teams link. What email would be best? Cheers, Wynette. Once again, some of this language may not flow with you. Change it up, make it your own, but still get the specifics across. Step 5, send a proper calendar invite. And please do not ask someone for their Saturday or Sunday. Keep it business hours, Monday to Friday, to be respectful. And here's a demo to help you.
Okay, I'm going to try not to go on a rant here, but it is so important to send proper calendar invites to the industry professionals you're coffee chatting with. I can't count the amount of times a student has asked me for a coffee chat and did not send a proper calendar invite or just sent me a video conferencing link to my inbox. That doesn't tell me when or how we're supposed to coffee chat. If you are asking for a professional's time, the least you can do is send them an invite to make it easy for them to show up and know exactly who they're meeting with. If you don't do that, that's going to cause the industry professional to create a calendar invite themselves. And that's too much work for them, especially if you're asking for their help. And it really does not create the best first impression. So for example, I asked Zachary for a virtual coffee chat on October 27th at 2 p.m. So this is my Outlook calendar. I'm going to October 27th, 2 p.m. and double clicking the time slot. Okay, so in the next pop-up screen, we're actually going to create the calendar invite. So in the title here, I usually like to put coffee chat, Wynette times whoever I'm meeting with. And then you're going to click invite attendees. This is arguably the most important step because if you don't invite an attendee, this calendar invite will only show up on your calendar, not on theirs. So under required, I'm going to put Zachary's email. Okay, perfect. Now in the location section, if it's just a phone call and they agree to call me, I will put my phone number in here. If Zachary said, I'm tired of Zoom, can you please call my number? I will put his number here. Now, if Zachary agreed to having a video conference, either with MS Teams or Zoom, like I suggested, you can just go in Outlook and either click schedule a meeting on Zoom or a Teams meeting. So I suggested a Teams meeting with Zach, and let's say he said yes, I'll click this, and it creates a link automatically. You want to check the time and make sure it's all right. This is 2 to 2:30. I actually suggested just a 20-minute chat. I don't want to waste his time, so that is what is listed here. Verify everything, the title, the email, the time, that you have a way to communicate, and then press send. This will get sent to your calendar and his calendar, and then he can also accept the invite. And it will let you know that, yes, he's seen it, everything checks out, and you're ready to go when that day comes around.
Step 6, it is coffee chat time. Come prepared with questions. I cannot stress this enough. People can tell when you don't come prepared with questions, and it's embarrassing, it's cringe on both ends. So take 10 to 15 minutes and just be prepared. Read their LinkedIn profile from start to finish. Maybe you'll find a common interest, a hobby that you have. Maybe you went to the same schools. Maybe you were in the same clubs. So just take that time, read who they are, and come up with specific questions. Here are some I may ask Zach. Pause the screen, read it, and some general tips. It is business casual, so wear a polo shirt, blouse, knit sweater, etc. Smile and nod, show that you are engaged. Spark a small conversation after your question is answered. Avoid an interrogation, and use common sense. This is a person at the end of the day. They're looking for a fun, light conversation. Don't make it boring and don't make it stressful. Step 7, apply for summer 2023 internships. Ideally, you would have done your coffee chat learning before application season. So if you're watching this video now in October 2022 and you want to apply for a 2023 summer internship, you're right on track. Once you have found an ideal internship opening, apply using a clean cover letter and resume. I have a template right there. Make sure you download it in Word to work on it and then upload it to the website in PDF. Never, ever, ever work on it in Google Docs. It will mess up the formatting. And never, ever, ever submit a Word doc because many applicant tracking systems cannot read it. So once again, download these two documents from Google Docs into Word, work on it on your computer, save it, and then upload it as a PDF. And always get an upper year you trust with relevant internship experience to review your cover letter and resume before submitting it online. Step 8, use LinkedIn to find the names of relevant campus recruiters. Now, the next clip will show you exactly how to do that. That being said, should you reach out to all campus recruiters at a bank or at a company you want to work for? The answer is no. A technology campus recruiter can do nothing for you if you apply to a wealth management internship. Like a business, you must qualify your leads and reach out to your target market. Same with a big tech company. If you applied for a sales role at, let's say, Microsoft, reach out to the campus recruiter in charge of non-technical roles versus a campus recruiter in charge of technical roles because they're recruiting for software engineers. If they see you reach out to them, it's not relevant. They're not going to answer you or push your application in any way. That's not their job. Now, that being said, if you apply for a smaller company, there may only be one person in charge of all early talent or campus recruitment roles. And so that's fine. There may be one person that deals with campus recruitment and experienced hires if it is a small company. So just use your common sense. Trust LinkedIn. If you can only find, one person, then it is that one person. However, it's a big company. I can almost promise you that there will be different recruiters working for different departments. So just make sure you target the appropriate ones.
Okay, I am so excited. I applied to a handful of summer 2022 wealth management internships with a clean cover letter and resume. Now I need to find campus recruiters to email a pitch to. I'm going to go on LinkedIn. So for example, I'm going to pretend that I applied to Scotiabank. So here I'm going to search up wealth management campus recruiter. Search that, go into people, and once again, I'm going to current company, and I'm searching Scotiabank because let's say that's where I applied. Show results, boom, I have about three people here that I should reach out to. So Sarah over here is the campus recruiter of Canadian Banking and Wealth Management. Daisy is the campus recruiter specifically for wealth management. And it looks like Katie is the senior manager of this team. So I found my 3 people and I'm ready to move on to the next step.
Step 9, use hunter.io to find their emails. And this is the sales intern in me showing through because I learned this in my first year internship at Ripon. And once again, I use these skills to this day. Here's a clip.
Okay, so now I'm going to find the emails of these relevant campus recruiters. Now, the reason why I email campus recruiters instead of LinkedIn message them is because their LinkedIn inboxes are flooded. They can receive anywhere from 50 to 200 messages a day, especially when it is recruiting season. I've always had a lot better luck using email, and so I suggest you do the same. You can always try LinkedIn messaging, however, that should be your backup. So right now I'm on a website called hunter.io, and this is how I find the emails of campus recruiters. So you're going to sign in with your Google account. It's completely free. And then we're going to search up Scotiabank here, whatever company, Scotiabank. And let's say I'm looking for Sarah Wade's email. I'm going to type her name right here, search, and copy. And this is the email I'm going to send a pitch to.
Step 10, send each campus recruiter a pitch email with your cover letter and resume attached in PDF. Now I have a LinkedIn post with a template that you can use. The screenshot is here. The exact example I used to message the Scotiabank recruiter is as follows. Hi, Suzanne. It's nice to formally meet you. I recently applied to the summer 2021 sales and training internship job number at Scotiabank in Toronto, Ontario. I would make a great fit because I'm constantly checking the latest business news headlines to strengthen my own investment portfolio. I also have previous sales experience from my internship at an edtech startup called Ripen. I authored and executed 6+ email marketing campaigns, which secured new major partners like Intel, Oracle, and TELUS. Lastly, I was awarded the 7500 Hawkrig Family Scholarship in Business due to my outstanding academic achievement and community involvement. I run a student-focused YouTube channel with over 1,500 subscribers. Now we're at 2,500 subscribers. Let's go. Would you have 20 minutes to chat regarding this opportunity? I greatly appreciate your time in advance. Thank you, Wynette. So basically, you can just plug and chug the information that you need into here and then make sure that the bulk of the message has 3 reasons why you would be fantastic. Step 11, LinkedIn message each recruiter the same message for further reach. Once again, I always have much better luck with email, so email first, LinkedIn second. And please do not be afraid to follow up. This Scotiabank recruiter missed my initial email, and so I had to follow up, and that's the email she responded to. I would say to follow up after 3 business days. Do not count weekends. People will get so annoyed. So let's say campus recruiter missed your email. Follow up and say, hi, Suzanne, I'm just bumping my last email, or hi, Suzanne, I'm just following up on my last email. Are you free to meet? Date, time to discuss the summer 2021 sales and training internship at Scotiabank. Thank you, Wynette. It has to be super simple. Do not write paragraphs. They literally just need to see the follow-up to refer to your initial message. So once again, do not be afraid to follow up. In fact, as the corporate relations lead last year for the DeGroot Finance Investment Council, when we would invite people to our events, most of the time, every single person missed or forgot to reply to the first email. We got the most amount of replies during our follow-up. So do not be afraid to follow up. Follow up at least once, okay? After 3 business days. Step 12, coffee chat time with a campus recruiter. Come prepared with more personal and recruitment specific questions. So here are some that I prepared for Suzanne, and once again, I read her profile from start to finish, and I realized that she recently got her CPA. She was also a swimming instructor, so you can find commonality if you just take 5 minutes to read. Please just read. And some general tips: campus recruiters are people too. Make them feel special. Read their LinkedIn summary, profile, and post in depth, and ask at least 3 questions about their education, work, or listed hobbies. Finish the chat with at least 3 internship and recruitment specific questions. Asking about the recruitment cycle is key, as the dates of interviews and offers may be communicated to you. So when I asked that question, the campus recruiter actually said, oh, we're interviewing people next week, and I'm just going to let you know, I'll let the cat out of the bag, that you are one of those people getting the interviews. So that can be kind of your golden question. But, think about how campus recruiters feel if all the questions that they're getting asked is just like, can you give me a job? When are you interviewing? What's the interview like? Like, honestly, try and get to know them. They're super interesting. A lot of them worked in the industry, or come from different parts of the organization and then joined as a campus recruiter. Like, they are super interesting. So please try to get to know them. Congrats! You completed the 12-step formula. Now what? Now you wait. You wait for your interview, and then you wait to get your offer after you crush your interview. And let me know if you want a video about that. Now, these 2 emails totally changed my early career. I think it helped me experience capital markets to understand that it's not really for me, but at least I got the chance to do so. And, at least I'm not really chasing it after graduation if it's not really my thing. Like internships, they teach you what you like and what you don't like and what you excel in. And it's really invaluable experience. So getting started early is super important. After I got the offer, I could finally relax. I took myself out to a nice dinner, and I highly suggest you do as well. Okay, my eyes are literally puffy from staring at the screen and speaking so much. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, please comment pizza and let me know. These steps are a rinse and repeat. They've worked for me time and time again for my recruitment cycles. It's worked for other students at McMaster time and time again for wherever they want to work, whatever they want to do. And once again, this is supposed to be for you, accessible to anyone. And I know if you follow these steps to a T, you will find success. And once again, it is rinse and repeat. So keep going and going with each job that you truly think you are a good fit for. I'm actually recruiting full time, so I will be doing these steps as you are doing these steps. We are quite literally in the same boat, so let's support each other. Share this video with your friends. There are enough internships to go around with these steps, and I know you will find something you want. If you have any more questions, let me know, or video suggestions in the comments below. Once again, I look forward to hearing about your successes. Let me know whatever you land, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.